think we all knew when we saw the first trailer for Velma a few months ago that this was just going to be a terrible show. And it seems that all of our predictions have come to fruition because it is absolutely getting ruined online by the audience. Not so much the critics, but by the audience. And I don't place weight on what the critics have to say about anything. HBO Max's Velma is getting absolutely savaged in reviews and online. Velma always seemed like a bit of an odd experiment, a reimagining of Scooby-Doo is an adult animation format where the danger is real and the jokes are more crass. Could have worked, but by all accounts, it doesn't. Not at all. First 2 episodes of Velma have arrived on HBO Max. They haven't really impressed critics, but audience reviews are brutal, and they really are. Currently, Velma is reviewing with a very poor HBO Max 50% from critics on Rotten Tomatoes and has only a 9% from hundreds of audience scores. Well, that was a couple days ago or maybe a day ago. If you take a look at it now, Velma is actually sitting at a 6% audience score. It's actually gone up for the critics. It's gone up by 5%, but it's gone down to a 6%. Now, I don't know the lowest rated show or movie ever on Rotten Tomatoes. I think there's some that are sitting at maybe a 1%. I don't think it can go as low as 0% because you can't leave 0 stars. You have to leave at least half a star. I think that if it was possible to leave 0 stars, it would go even lower. But you can see half a star, half a star, half a star, half a star. All these are all half stars, half stars. Just you're not even seeing a 1 star. These are a half star, half star, half star, half star. Every single one of these is a half a star, and that's the whole first page. I'm not even going to go to the next pages. Usually it tells you how many reviews this is based on, but it's not even telling you. And we take a look here at IMDB. It's at a 1.4 out of 10, and that's 22,000 votes. I don't know what the lowest rated show on IMDb is, but I think this could be pretty close to being one of the lowest rated shows ever on IMDb. Somehow it got 838 10 out of 10s and 113 9 out of 10s, but look at the 1 out of 10s. 19,657. That is brutal. That is, I don't think I've ever seen that. We got Metacritic also. The critic reviews are at 59, but the user score is at 0.4. Overwhelming dislike, and that's based on 280 ratings. But it's not the fact that the show is getting review bombed. I guess some of them are review bombs, but it's coming from both sides of the fence here. Before you hop in and say, well, this is people review bombing the show because it's made the cast more diverse, this is kind of one of the weirdest things here. Velma seems to be upsetting both sides of its potential audience. Sure, there'll be the usual diversity recasting haters, but if you watch the show itself, it feels like it's almost making fun of shows that do diversity casting or social messaging. It is. It's trying to make fun of itself, but it's not doing a good job at it. It's trying to make fun of the fact that they race swap the characters, but it's not funny, and it's cringy, and it's just horrible. And they took the best things about Scooby-Doo and just completely got rid of them or subverted them into something that was terrible and unlikable. You know, everybody liked Shaggy. Shaggy was the stoner guy that was always afraid of the ghosts and had his faithful dog Scooby, and they would run around and run away from the ghosts, and they'd munch on Scooby snacks, which I guess were probably edibles. You had Velma, who was the brains of the situation. You had Daphne and Fred, who were kind of like the leaders of the whole thing. And now you've taken and you've put Velma. Now she's not only the brains, she's also the leader of the gang, because Mindy Kaling just basically self-inserted herself as Velma. You've got Daphne, who's supposed to be Asian, even though she is white with bright red hair. And she's a complete bitch, basically. She's in the mean girl clique. You got Fred, who is just a useless, pathetic, rich white guy that is so rich that he can't cut his own meat and hasn't gone through puberty yet. And then you have Norbert, who's supposed to be Shaggy, who's no longer white. He's black. He no longer has the kind of stoner vibe where he's just running around like, "What, Scoo? We got to do this." You know, now he's hooked on Velma, Velma's a lesbian, but he's got some kind of crush on Velma. He's still a stoner, but they just ruined it. So I think it deserves every inch of these bad reviews. And there's rumors out there saying that it's being renewed for a second season. I can't understand why. The only reason that I can see that it would be renewed for a second season is because they like the backlash that they're getting. I guess it's obvious that people are watching it just to hate on it. And maybe that's what they were going for. They're trying to get people to hate on it because people are still watching it. And people will tune into season 2 so that they can hate on it even more. That's the only reason I can think that they would go with a second season. So we're going to keep our eyes on these scores here. I want to see if they'll go down even further. I want to see if this 6% will eventually become 5, and then 4, and then 3, and just see how low it can go. It's obvious that Rotten Tomatoes isn't freezing the scores on this one because they froze the scores on She-Hulk. They froze the scores on Rings of Power, but they're not freezing the scores on Velma because they would have done it a long time before it reached 6%. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like and share it with all your friends. Subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell for notifications. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you next time.